yards downfield.
Ramiro Perez, Chris Sennett, Alex Butler, Brett Rombach, and Martian Adams. And that's intercepted. Overthrown and picked off by Julius Jackson, who steps out the back of the end zone.
And just like, you know I love running back play. That one's on Reasonover. There was a blitz that came right up the middle, and Reasonover whiffed on his block. And Bishop Vargas took a shot, and you'll see it right here. Watch the blitz right coming up the middle. Reasonover whiffed, and that's why that ball was off.
Nowhere close to Tayshawn Johnson. And the lanky junior, Julius Jackson, 6'1", 165 pounds, giving St. John's new life right before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those plays where when you watch that film on Monday, you're going to hope Coach fast forwards through that. And they never fast forward. They rewind 100 times to show you what you did wrong. But you've got to be stout in the pass protection game as a young running back going on to the next level. That's the quickest way to get yourself onto the field. If you can protect the passer, you get a chance to play.
That was something that Jonzel Norrells was very good at.
Yes, he was.
Let's have another look at the pick, John.
Here we go. Watch this blitz coming right up the middle. You'll see it right there. There's the miss, and they're right on Bishop Vargas. And as he's throwing that ball comes out. It didn't go where he wanted it to. Interception.
St. John's backed up at the 2-yard line where Jackson picked that off and then went back into the end zone.
And I think if I'm Coach McDaniel, I'm arguing with the refs that his momentum carried him into the end zone, and that should be a touchback. You know, it's not like he ran. I mean, if it's 2 yards, that's a step and a half.
And that's a big difference maker, too.
Yeah.
Obviously, 18 yards of difference between the 2 and the 20. And the last place you want to have the ball against this Central Catholic pass rush is in the shadow of your own goalpost.
Yeah, I mean, this is the danger zone for them. I just knew that they were going to call. I just knew, because if that was the case, then they should have never stopped the play. You know, as he's running in the end zone, that should have been a live ball, and he should have been eligible for safety.
Larry McDaniel has done a terrific job with this St. John's program. They were really struggling when he took over. Now in year number 4. In his first 3 years, he got St. John's to back-to-back postseasons for the first time since 2005 to 2007.
By far the best defensive line coach that I ever saw. Coach McDaniel was a heck of a coach when he was at Bowling Green. He was responsible for sending Chris Jones to the NFL, where he got a championship with the Patriots. Heck of a good guy, but a heck of a defensive line coach. And actually looks like he could still suit up out there.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Definitely, looks like he got a little 3 technique left in him.
Is that a rule book out?
I think
remember, the officials didn't get scrimmages either.
Yeah.
Most of them. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before either. But they're dedicated to getting it right. The thing is, they don't have replay to see what actually happened. I wish we could know exactly what they are debating here.
Well, you're quite right. The important thing is getting the call right.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the officials for putting their egos away and pulling out the rule books. Because there's a lot of people that would have just been like, no, this is my ruling. This is what I'm calling.
Coach McDaniel has had some really good coaches working under him at St. John's, including a good friend of yours, Godfrey Lewis, who is at St. John's, then went over to Central Catholic, and now the head coach at Start. I look forward to seeing the Spartans, hopefully, fingers crossed, once October gets here.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the City League gets a chance to get out there and play. And, Godfrey, we were there together at BG for 4 years. That's my running back guy, grounds crew soldier.
And Coach Dempsey looking on. Not quite as much activity on his sideline. All the rule books are on the other side. Doesn't this kind of have the feeling of a contentious call in a baseball game where one manager comes out to argue, the umpires get together, they talk about it for a while, and then the call gets changed, and then the other manager gets tossed.
Either that, or we turn it into this is turned into a book club at a stadium.
So here's another look at the interception. There's Julius Jackson.
There's
one catch at the 2.
And was he really at the 2 when he caught the ball? He was at the 1 when he caught that ball. By the time the ball was secured as a catch, he's at the 1.
John, what do you think should apply here?
And then he stepped out of the back of the end zone. I think this should be a touchback. Yeah, I think this should definitely be a touchback. Because honestly, like if he would have hit that, if he would have dropped that ball, it would have been an incomplete pass. It wouldn't have been a catch and a fumble.
Right. And this is one of those moments too where not just as referees but as announcers, you see plays for which you have nothing in the chamber ready to go, something you've maybe never seen before, and there's a ruling you don't quite understand. In Division I college football, there have been 2 instances of a 1-point safety, which is the most obscure thing. Exactly. Your facial expression says it all. It's happened twice, both on games that Brad Nessler was calling for ABC.
Oh, wow.
Twice 10 years apart. So he's probably the only announcer in the country who's got something ready to go for a 1-point safety.
Yeah, I would have no idea what to do with that. And they're bringing the ball back to the 2-yard line.
So much ado about nothing in the end.